Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video. Okay, now as usual, let's take a look at the gold market. On the gold market, situation is a bit more interesting than on euro currency. The action is a bit more fast, and on the daily time frame, finally we see at least some sort of movement in downside to the downside. Well, by this action on Friday, we have got this small, but this is bearish engulfing pattern, two candlestick pattern, and we currently could stick with it and trying to create the trading plan for today, tomorrow trading sessions. Well, since market stands at the significant resistance, as we said, that is our board confluence resistance, completing point of the ABCD pattern, naturally to expect some kind of the respect of this area by the retracement. Although this retracement hasn't started within the almost whole week, while we have expected to see it a bit earlier, right in the beginning of the week, as market has hit this level. But now market has the chances to show this retracement to the downside. Currently it's difficult to predict how deep this retracement will be, but probably market, as we said previously, could retest this previous swing high. That is also possible. So retracement to this area, and after that we will see what will happen. Either market will turn to the upside, or this will be downward continuation with the major gold trend. But for today and tomorrow trading sessions, we are mostly interested with the action right to this level. Besides, if you will measure the length of the bars of this candle, of this pattern, you will get approximately, counted to the downside, you will get approximately this area. So that will be our minimum target to the downside. On the 4-hour time frame, we see the downward breakout. Market has formed here the bearish stop grabber, although it has reached already the target. Now this really interesting solid candle to the downside, and we could use the retracement to the upside to enter short with target around 2055 area, 2060 area. It's right here. Now you can see market is forming some kind of the small bullish flag pattern on the 4-hour time frame. Bearish flag pattern, bearish continuation pattern, tight consolidation, so market could continue move lower. Well, most interesting we can see in the hourly time frame. On the hourly time frame, first of all, you see the development that we have discussed yesterday. That was the real wash and rinse of this highs. We said that bullish dynamic pressure that was forming here yesterday, we have discussed it as the triangle. We said as trend holds bearish, price action is forming higher lows, and that probably will lead to taking out of these highs at minimum. And we said that bullish dynamic pressure not necessarily leads to the upward continuation. It could be just reached. It could reach just the minimum target as taking out of these highs, and later market could turn to the downside because the minimum target of this setup is the previous high. That has happened, and we have said that this is the habit of the gold market. Beware of the wash and rinse. That's very possible on the gold market. So gold market likes to show the wash and rinses. So that has happened. You can see market has slightly cleared out of these highs, taking out, grabbing the stops that have been placed here, and plunged down. This is fast move to the downside. Here what we see, first of all, weekly pivot point. That will be our first check-in point. As market, and if market will start move down, we need to see that market will pass through this area to the downside. That will give us more confidence that we could rely on this action to the downside. Also take a look that we have unfilled gap on the hourly time frame. At least on my data, this is the Alpera UK data, although the retail forex brokers have not very reliable data, because I prefer to see to get the data from the exchange, from the commodity exchange. Well, but at least on this chart we see unfilled gap, and market very rare left such sort of the gaps on the inside on intraday charts unfilled, and probably this gap could be filled by this price action. It stands right approximately the previous swing high, and our target you can see around 1260 1255 area. That's an area of this gap, so that's our minimum target. So currently we could, for instance, use this level of this pattern for short entry, or wait for the potential maybe some more deep retracement, because gold market likes to show the deep retracement. But in current situation, I'm not sure that this will be a very significant retracement to the upside. Maybe market will show 1280, 1254 is maximum. I do not think that currently we will see some really significant retracement, since market now is forming the continuation pattern as the flag, and it could limit by the just free retracement of this thrust move on to the downside yesterday. If you have short already, you definitely could protect your position with a break-even stop, take your stop, and think about the scale in, or just if market will start move to the downside, tight your stop to the current consolidation, slightly above this consolidation. So that's trading plan for the today, maybe tomorrow trading session. Let's see how it will turn. But currently we have the bearish pattern on the daily time frame right at the area of significant resistance. We have the bearish action. We have the wash and rinse, and in general the situation develops normal. Also take a look that here is forming the bearish dynamic pressure, because we see by the MACD indicator the trend has shifted to the bullish side, but price action stands flat. That probably will lead to downward action. So decide whether to take short position or not, but taking long currently I do not see any perspective of this position right now, since I do not see any signs of the potential bullish reversal here. Well, about taking the short, well, match this analysis with what you think and make the decision what to do. But I think that bearish setup now is more reliable, and in fact the only setup that we have currently on the gold market. So keep an eye on it. Well, I think that it's not very bad, and let's see what will happen, and we'll discuss this situation tomorrow as well.